day 25 and June 30th, and we're gonna get started. Good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning. Just outside having some breakfast here. There's still quite a few people in their tents. A bunch of nobos came in last night. But it is a beautiful sight. It's gorgeous. The sun is blue. Finally. I've got some coffee, got breakfast. Just eating that now, and we're getting ready to pack up. Take a quick little peek around the outside here if you can. And look at this. Isn't that nice? It didn't rain last night, so we got a chance to dry out. It had that little shower before dinner, but nothing major. And the sun's coming up. There's some other tents in the background. We'll give you a quick peek of that. So there's our little tent, slowly getting packed up. The nopos who came in last night. There's about 3 of them, 4 of them, I don't know. Maybe some ended up at the shelter. The sun is just rising, and we're getting ready to do some miles today. So our plan is to do 12.8 miles, I think. There's some serious elevation and some serious descent, so that's going to take some toll on the knees. I think I'll probably tape my knees up before we go, just for extra support. But I'm going to finish some breakfast. Got my coffee. Got my mandatory dead mosquito in it, because apparently they really love coffee and like to die caffeinated. Oh no. All right. So I'm going to finish breakfast, get back in, and get going on this gorgeous, gorgeous day. Oh, it'll be a good hiking day. Good morning, sunshine. It is beautiful up here. We're just starting out. It's about 6:30. We left about 15 minutes ago. Pretty much the entire Sobo crew packed up, so we're all off and running. And maybe today I use sunscreen and we get some views. Wouldn't that be lovely? I'll show you what I got here. So this is the view this morning. We're heading up to Bemis Peak, the main peak. The other one I was on yesterday was Second Peak or Peak Junior, or I don't know, emasculated peak. Either way, we're headed up to, I think it's about 3,600 feet for this peak. Then we go all the way back down. Then we go all the way back up to another peak of over 4,000. Then we're all the way back down. Then we go all the way back up. So there is a lot of climbing today. I'm gonna have very, very sad, sore legs. But let us get going. And as per requirement, beginning of the trail is a bog, because there was so much water. This trail's gonna be wet. Our shoes are already, well, they started off wet, so let the journey begin. Okay, so got this little view. We're not on the peak yet. I think that there is the peak, but I gotta go kind of down before you go up, because that is the name of the game on the Appalachian Trail. You gotta go up and down, up and down. But the legs will strengthen. I will get there, so let us go. This is the pretty little climb towards the peak. I'm sure it'll get steeper. Oh, look, there it did right there. It's gonna get a lot steeper. But, I mean, as far as climbs to a peak go, this is actually really nice. It's not too insane, just a little bit. All right, let's get up that. Okay, so we made it to the peak of Blue Mountain at 4,000 feet. Unfortunately, there's no view. I'm just kind of in alpine scrub. You can't really see anything. I was kind of waiting for a little plaque or something, but I don't see one. But anyway, here we are. Made it to the top of this, and now we head straight back down. Always down. And that is the down. So I'm gonna start heading down pretty soon, and I don't know, maybe there'll be a lookout point and I can take a picture or something, because I gotta say I was a little disappointed. I don't really have much of a view. Oh well. Just to give you an idea of what I'm coming down, the trail is obviously still very wet, but this is what I just came down. Needless to say, it's not too bad. Well, no, it is slippery. I had to bum slide it because it's steep, and I still got more to go. It's like a little luge. I wish I had a toboggan and probably make this a lot faster. Anyway, off I go. Okay, so we made it to the lookout point on Blue Mountain. Yeah, I think it's Blue Mountain. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what I'm actually looking at. I'm going down a steep switchback pathway, but this is the view. So look at that. And a somewhat clearish day. It's it's a gorgeous view down there, and I got to go all the way down there, all the way across that river crossing, and no doubt back up that peak, and probably on the other side of that is the campground. So the peak I'm referring to is just kind of behind the trees there. So that's another, I think, 2,000 feet up. So go down 2,000 just so I can climb back up 2,000. Oh, the legs will be burning. Okay, well, let's get down there. That does look deep. Well, she said follow the rocks, and that's the less deep part. So, what a crossing numero uno today. Successful crossing number 1. And we're gonna go up a hill, down a hill, do another crossing, up another hill, and to our final destination, roughly 4.1 miles. And there is where we're going. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we are on Moody Mountain, I think 3,600 feet. Another lovely view. We're gonna go back down this one, another 1,000 feet, and then go back up 1,000 feet to something Notch Mountain, or I don't know. It's where our lean-to is at the end of the day, so we'll get a view of that, and we'll be off. Okay, what this is not showing is how steep that is, because that is pretty steep down. And this particular group has a very interesting collection of ways to get you down. We've got a combination of wooden stairs, a combination of nothing, a combination of these rebars in the rocks, which I mean, yes, they're helpful, but sometimes not so much. And then just straight down to where we do our next river crossing. So I'm not going to film me going down because that would just be silly. Hey, they made it. A terrible vicious crossing. Water crossing the second day.
Pick your stinky sock.
I fell in the last one. And I lost my bottle.
Okay. Finally made it to the top of this godforsaken hill.
Let's climb another one tomorrow.
Yay! That was a pretty intense day, so
What's that?
I'm talking through my phone.
Oh.
It was an intense day. We got our line set up. Everyone's at the shelter. I'm gonna go get some food. It's a little mucky on the way here, but that's okay. Everybody's up here. The soggy bottom sobos. Good morning, we're day 26. It wasn't supposed to rain last night. It rained all night. So the stuff we hung out on the line is wet, wet, wet. We're drying our tent still. We're just packing up. It's about 6:15. We've got 14.7 miles today. So half the day is going to be big down and the other half is going to go right back up where we started. So yay! More elevation. Hopefully it'll clear up. It wasn't supposed to rain today as either, so hopefully that will clear up and we won't have to deal with that. But right now it is raining. It is wet. We had one nice day, and it was lovely, but it was a long day, and today is also going to be a long day. And after that, we're going to head into town tomorrow on day 27. So I think we're July 1st, so happy Canada Day. And we're going to get this started in the rain again. I gotta say, no, these wet shoes is probably the hardest thing to do in the morning because there is no sense of dryness at all. It's, yeah, pretty yucky. Okay, this is the terrain we're on right now. Just getting to the top of the mountain. I will maybe look up if there's a peak. There hasn't been much for views lately. Just kind of you get to the top in the trees and then they just chuck you back down. More bog, more rock, more root, more slab. Kind of sounds a little repetitive. Looks like the sun's trying to break through, which would be really nice. Starting with a little blue sky. It stopped raining. There's just all the water left over on the trail from the rain and from the trees, which kind of keep you damp. And hopefully today will be a good hiking day. It's going to be a long hiking day, that's for sure. It's about 7:30, so we haven't really gotten very far. Just still climbing that first mountain, which is about 3,600 feet. But I think we started about 2,600, so not too bad of a start. Then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, and then all the way back up again. So it hopefully won't be too bad of a day. I'll try taking a lot more little breaks today. I didn't do that yesterday, and I think that was a mistake. Really tired me out. But it's a long day, so you got to pace yourself. Okay, there's the view. No view, my mistake. It's only 3,000, roughly 3,000 feet, so not quite as high, but high enough. And the sun is trying to break through, so let's get down and up the next. Alright, so we're probably about 5 miles in now. Terrain's been pretty good right now, but this is the little flat bit before we start climbing pretty intensely for the rest of the second half of the day. So I'm definitely starting to feel my trail legs coming in, which is nice. But it occurred to me that trail legs are more than just muscle. I mean, there's definitely a huge part of that. Maybe more experienced hikers don't notice this as much, but trail legs to me is learning to navigate over different terrains more efficiently. Because you do it enough times and you get used to knowing how to plan going down a massive slab of granite or something that's all slippery versus the first time you do it and you're going to be slow and deliberate, which, you know, you should be if you want to protect your safety. So, and just, you know, bogs, you think, oh, I can just walk through that the first time until you slip up to your knee and almost lose a shoe. Then you stop doing that and you test it. So I'm definitely finding I'm getting faster, but the miles are still slow coming. I mean, I'm only just a little over 3 weeks maybe of trail legs. They say it takes about a month, but we're getting there. The rest of the day so far has been beautiful. The bugs are starting to come out a bit. I've had a little bit of a reprieve where I've just stopped noticing them. I'm not really sure. But all this extra rain and whatnot has definitely encouraged more, which, you know, I'm over. And the wet feet, as I've mentioned ad nauseum, does get a little wearing, but the sun is kind of behind clouds, but it's a dry day, so it's a good day. And we're just going to keep going. I think I got a stream crossing fairly soon. I had one earlier. It was pretty much just a little rock hop thing. Nothing too bad. We didn't get too much rain last night, so I don't expect the streams to be at an unmanageable level this time. I know one stream they'll be crossing a couple days ago was pretty intense, but Frizzle, who I spoke with, a Nobo or a section hiker, I'm not sure, yesterday mentioned she had no problem with it. And like I said, if we had a little bit of rain, I don't think that would have made a huge difference. But we'll see. In the meantime, we'll just keep going and enjoying some speed while I got it, because I'm sure as soon as those hills come, I'm going to putter right back down to my turtles. Low gear. Because that's what I am. All right, let's go. That is our big water crossing of today. Not very big. So yay. Second river crossing of the day. Also doesn't look terribly difficult. Just a little foot soaking. So let's get going. Just a walk across. Here we go. Yep, that's pretty much it. Soaked feet. Because that's a big shocker. Well, that was nothing as expected. So, let's start the next 6 mile climb. Up and away. Anyway, 9.4 miles today. It's been a good afternoon. The sun's out. We've been actually hauling pretty solidly, but we still got lots of miles to go. Just doing a little water collection. That's weird. There we are. Some water collection there, because it's warm and muggy out and you definitely dehydrate. Trail's been not too bad. Lots of Nobos we've passed, so that's great. They're going to be summiting through the wet Maine shortly, and we're going to be going the other way. And they all say good things. Just get through the presidentials and you're laughing. So we're going to attempt to do that. Maybe not today exactly, but get a bit more water and head on out. little bald Pate or I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but bald Pate sounds better. We have somewhat of a view. Drifting off the top, and we still have to go to Big Pate up there, which is another 150 to get, I believe. And that was a heck of a granite slide. Big slab stones down or up with a couple of ladders. And who knows when we're going to get all the way going up, so let's just head on. Okay, so we're at Bald Pate Lean-To. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but whatever. We were going to go into town the extra 2.1 miles, but we were pretty knackered, and the downhills were pretty big with big slabs, and that's a lot of work on the knees, and it took a fair bit to get up to those two peaks. The second peak did not even have a sign, and it was even higher. There wasn't any view to look at, so I didn't really take any pictures up there, but it took a lot of work to get there. It took a lot of work to get here. We got here about 5 o'clock. So it was quite a big day. So the Sobo group is at the shelter. We got our tent drying out from last night. The theory is it's not supposed to rain tonight, but they said that last night, and it did rain all night long. So I'm going to let my stuff dry out for now and bring it in the tent when it's bedtime, because I just don't trust the meteorologist. They just not getting it right in the mountain weather. But it was a nice day for hiking. It was sunny and beautiful, and we even had a bit of a breeze. But my legs are pretty knackered. It was a lot of hill climbing the past 2 days. So I'm looking forward to getting into the town of Bellamy tomorrow. We only have a 2.1 hike in, then we'll call a shuttle and stay somewhere for at least a Nero and figure out what the plan is to go from there, because we can do that. All right, and that's it for tonight. I'm going to make some dinner and go to bed.